Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of Behind the Helmet. I'm going to let these lovely ladies introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about them. Cassie, if you want to start.
Alrighty, well, I'm Cassie Gannis. I'm 21 years old. I'm almost 22. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I race in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series West, as well as the NASCAR late models. I've been racing for 11 years now. That's pretty much about me.
Great.
Christy?
Who wants to go next?
Christy, go ahead.
All right. I'm Christy Carlson, and I've been doing amateur racing for about 6 years now, and I just started doing the pro, jumping over and doing a Pikes Peak International Hill Climb and the Rally America Series in the last couple of years.
Okay, Savannah?
My name is Savannah Ivanitski. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And this year we're going to be doing the Western Region Endurance Championship in part with NASA. And I've done the Pikes Peak Hill Climb and a bit of other road racing.
All right, awesome. We'll go ahead and start asking some questions then. Sorry, I didn't get to click on Savannah there to pull her up so everybody could see her. So I have a few questions already here, and then I'm sure usually what happens is fans will start submitting questions once you all start answering some of the questions that's already been submitted. So we'll go ahead and start out with one of the questions that one of the fans submitted, and the question was, do you have any pre-race rituals? Cassie, you want to go ahead and start?
Well, my pre-race ritual is kind of weird. I don't know why. I always have to put on my right glove first instead of my left one. It's kind of weird like that. If I put on my left one, I kind of feel like everything goes wrong during the race. So it's just kind of a little bit weird.
Anything else crazy?
No, I think that's about it.
Christy, what do you do?
Usually I'm asking my co-driver about 5 times if he turned the GoPro on this time, or if we're gonna just have, one camera on and the one camera off and have no audio like the last 3 stages. So I usually do that, even the first stage it would be like, yeah, you gotta turn the GoPro on, this time maybe.
Savannah?
I don't have any total pre-race rituals. If my mother's at an event though, we always both kiss our thumbs and put our thumbs together. And so that's kind of my good luck thing if mom's around.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Do you have any good luck charms or an item that you race with all the time? Savannah, you can go ahead and start that one.
I always have turquoise in my race car. Again, it's from my mother, but she heard that when Mercury is in retrograde, that turquoise helps with transportation and communication. So we have it in all of our daily drivers and all of our race cars as well.
Cool. Christy?
I have an extra bottle of oil now in the car. Just in case. Oh, and usually a fuel pump. I keep one of those too, just in case.
Those are always handy. Cassie?
Well, ever since I started out in quarter midgets, I've always had some kind of little animal figure on my car. I had a little stuffed animal whale. It was probably 3 inches long. It was strapped on the top of my car, and now even in my late model, I still have it. So that's what I have in my car.
Do you all have any superstitions against any particular colors? I know some people say that you're not supposed to have a certain color race car, or do you all have any superstitions? Cassie?
Me? No, I don't. I just go with whatever color's on the car. to me, it doesn't matter what color the car is, you're still going to drive it.
Christy?
Yeah, no superstition. No, don't need any more bad luck or anything else. Like, nature's enough,
Savannah?
No bad colors. Yellow has been on my last 3 race cars, so I guess that's almost become a bit of a good luck charm as well.
Okay. Now this is a question that I always ask everybody. That since we've had these hangouts, I always ask, what is your like dream race setup? Like your favorite, what track and what car? So anything, I mean, track, Christy, stage, whichever. So what would your dream scenario be? Like, what car would you be in, and where would you be driving it at? Cassie?
That's a hard one. So any car, any track. I don't know. I guess I'd have to say a cup car at Phoenix just because Phoenix is my hometown. So I think that'd be kind of fun. But I don't know. That's a hard one to answer.
Christy?
So,
Oh gosh, 06 WRC Subaru, and it's a toss-up. I'd want to do Ollie's Camel stage at 100 Acre in one.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'd love to do Rally Sweden. It's anything Rally Sweden would be awesome.
I'll show you what's on our wall over here. If you can see it. Can you see it?
I see it, yep. That's it.
Chris is a huge Petter Solberg fan. So, Petter Solberg.
Yay, Hollywood. Oh my gosh, so am I.
And we have a little one. I can grab it.
That's it.
Yay. Yay for Subarus. Savannah?
I would love to take Michelle Mouton's 1980s Audi up Pikes Peak on dirt, if possible, which is but that would be cool. Or if Michelle Mouton's car wasn't available, I would settle for Ari Vatnin's Killer Bee rally car.
Oh. And when you get to the top, you have to say the exact same thing that Michelle said, right?
Yes, I would.
I love that. I love that phrase. Now, if they only had balls, they would race me down the mountain.
And she went back to kicking butt in Europe.
All right. The next question is, who is your favorite driver, race car driver? Period. Cassie? Any series, anything?
I don't know. I really don't have one particular favorite. I just kind of watch all the drivers and learn from them. I don't really have a favorite. So, I don't know.
Christy?
All right. Well, I gotta categorize these. So, if I had to have a favorite that I watch do interviews, it would be Kimi Räikkönen. Yes.
I'm a huge Kimi fan.
And then, yeah, if you watched his latest, the Top Gear interview that he did, was hilarious. Just, it's worth watching. The next one is for a current driver, Mikko Hirvonen.
Mm-hmm.
I like watching him drive right now. So those are my two.
I agree with those. Savannah?
I would have to answer Michelle Mouton again. I think she is an incredible driver, and it would have been really, really, really cool to see her race.
Awesome. Great. Now, I have some questions that some people submitted for you guys individually. And let's see, Cassie, the first one is for you. They ask how you got involved with the no texting and driving plan.
Well, I've always been a strong believer of no texting and driving because that's just one of my pet peeves because everybody I know texts and drives and my friends do it. And it just drives me nuts, people texting and driving down the freeway. and just watching them text and drive is scary to be on the road with, first off. So me and my mom started talking, and we decided to start up a no texting and driving program, and we go to high schools and as well as colleges and as well as military bases and talk to them about no texting and driving.
Awesome. I think it's a really great campaign, and I actually want to talk to you about doing some more stuff with FRN with it. So,
yeah, definitely.
Because I think it's a really good thing to be pushed out there, really.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely needs to be pushed out there a lot more than what it is.
And see, and there was one other question that was submitted just for you for right now, at least. It says, what sprint car driver is your racing idol? Or sprint cup driver, sorry. And who would you want to learn driving tips from that driver?
I would definitely have to say Dale Earnhardt Sr., just because he was one of the best drivers out there. But, I mean, right now, this year, I would want to say probably Matt Kenseth, just because I think I have a lot of driving style just like him. So I think that would be a good choice for me to learn from and learn his driving style and his talents on that.
Good choices. All right. Okay, Christy?
All right, drivers and driving style to learn from. Oh gosh, everybody. Right now, I would like to learn, figure out what Loeb's thinking, and I'm really interested to see what he's going to do at Pikes Peak this year. And I think that if anyone could learn anything, it's like just learning from someone who's won WRC 7 times.
A million times.
Forever. The one where everybody's happy he's retiring just so you can have a new name on the podium type thing. Yeah. He's got to be doing something right.
I agree. Savannah?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of different drivers. This year, like I said, we're getting more into the endurance racing. And I think a lot of the drivers who have kind of dominated in either Grand Am or American Le Mans Series, it would be cool to spend some time with them about kind of the techniques and how they differ in endurance racing as opposed to like sprint cup racing or sprint racing.
Right. All right, Chrissy, there's a question specifically for you. They want to know when you're going to start running Global Rallycross, which I would like to know too.
When I have money and when they invite me. No, one of the things with Global Rallycross is it is now on a professional invitation level only. So it's extremely difficult to get in. So you have to have some big money backers before you can do it. If I can get the big money backer to actually do it, and they were to, if I could see a little more put into the safety considerations for some of the drivers in Global Rallycross versus what it is right now, then I would definitely consider it.
I was actually just talking to Chris recently about it because I was like, I don't know why there's no girls in Global Rallycross. I mean, I know it's a very new sport still, or a sport as a sanctioning body. So we were actually talking about why there's no girls and who would be a good candidate to be a girl driver in Global Rallycross. So that's interesting. Yeah.
Well, one of the things is I'd like to work with bodies like SCCA to come up with a pro rallycross segment that's closer to the European rallycross.
Right.
That's more like the entry-level European rallycross that you actually see over in Europe that everyone's doing. Just get access to more of the tracks across the U.S., different clubs that are excited about it, particularly in the Midwest. I know you've got Hallett, you've got, Mid-America Motorplex near Omaha, all those places I grew up and started doing rallycross at normally for SCCA. They could actually do the European-style rallycross on like a club level first and maybe build that up, and we'd see more people coming into Global Rallycross and more coverage of it too.
I agree. It's actually going to be close to us this year, and we're going to go to one in July, so I'm actually kind of excited because I've never got to see anything like that on that kind of scale, so I'm excited about it.
It's fun for sure.
let's see, Savannah. The question for you was, what is your favorite part about working with Glasshammer?
Working with Glasshammer, the obvious answer, and I know Pippa and Shay have touched on it when they've done the hangouts too, is just being with the girls and seeing the progress that they make and the enthusiasm that they bring, the passion. It's almost like energizing for me to go back and remember what it was like the first time I was in a kart. And it's a lot of fun, and it always is shocking to see their improvement over 3 hours at the indoor go-kart track. They learn so much, and it's fun. I think there's a lot of talent that have come through those programs, and I hope to see those girls do more.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually talked to Pippa last time about, I'm going to try, my daughter wants to go-kart, so I'm going to see maybe if I can take her up there and let her do a Glasshammer thing, so we'll see. Okay, let me check for new questions. While we're waiting on everything to load, sorry, I'm getting distracted very easily. The question that I've asked before as well is, I know, like, in specific types of racing, and you all are pretty much in different types of racing now. You and Christy have done, Savannah and Christy's done racing that's similar in the past. In the type of, which series do you want to see yourself eventually progressing completely to? Like, where do you want to end up? Cassie, I probably know the answer to that one for yours.
Yeah, I mean, me, it's obviously the Sprint Cup Series, so I guess you can move on to the other two later.
Christy?
I'm here. I'm in the series I want to be in. I'd like to move up to where I'm running in a full national sponsored car at one point. But right now, just running the Rally America and running the Rally America Regionals has been fantastic.
Awesome. Savannah?
I want to get more into sports car racing, so eventually the Continental Tire Series, and then what will soon be the United Sports Car Racing, and doing Grand Am or American Le Mans style racing in the future.
Okay, awesome. Okay, what hobbies do you guys have outside of racing? Cassie?
Well, I work full-time, so that's kind of like my hobby because I'm a vet tech. So that's what I love to do on the side. But if I'm not doing that, I'm just hanging out at home with my 3 dogs, being lazy. That's what I like to do, my other hobby.
Christy?
I used to storm chase quite a bit. They kind of transitioned from storm chasing to racing, kind of a natural transition. If I was back in the Midwest, I would still be storm chasing. Right now, it's just, yeah, like Cassie said, it's working full time. It's my hobby, and then racing is my job.
I think I've told you this before, because when I saw that you storm chased, it like completely freaked me out, because I'm like completely, utterly terrified of tornadoes.
I am
With good reason.
So when I heard that you did, I was like, oh my god, how would I can't even imagine. Like, it's terrifying. Like, when I was younger, in like my younger teen years, my mom and them actually would like shelter me from knowing that anything like storm related was going on, because I would be like panic attacks.
Oh, yeah, my mom used to freak out. My dad used to take me out, and we'd go storm spotting. And my mom would always freak out at my dad and going, you are not taking my daughter outside to sit in the truck while the storms are coming in. No, she's sitting in the basement. I'd be like, no, I'm out with Dad.
No.
I'm on the corner. No, what was scary is taking teenage boys out storm chasing with you. And then every time they see a storm cloud and it looks like a tornado, it's like, tornado, tornado, and you've got like 3 voices in the back seat just screaming out. Yeah, that's scary.
That's just terrifying to me. Just no kind of fun. Just terrifying. Savannah?
I mean, racing's definitely the full-time hobby. I go to school full-time. I'm at ASU, and then I work part-time in a marketing agency. So then we come home in the evenings. We're pretty active. We work out a lot. We hang out with our puppy. And then the past year has been building cars. We built the Audi, and then we just finished building the BMW. So that's been keeping us plenty busy, but we still find time to hang out with friends, and we make it up to Colorado to see my folks every opportunity we get, or California to see Val. So we have fun. Racing's the priority, though.
I've got a question for you, Savannah.
Yes.
Are you racing the BMW next year? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
And what series are you running in?
We're running the Western Regional Endurance Championship. It's the 25 Hours of Thunderhill is actually part of that series. So we're actually going out to Buttonwillow this weekend, and we're racing a 3-hour enduro Saturday night, and then we'll be in Sonoma and Miller later this season and doing some fun stuff with that. And then, of course, the 25-hour in December, which we're building the car up to and building our endurance tolerance level. So we just rebuilt the bottom end of the M3, so hopefully the poor 220,000-mile motor will hold up throughout the season. It's a fun car. The BMW is my daily driver for 2.5 years, and it has been my dream to turn it into a race car, and I finally convinced my husband that it was something we should do. So it's been fun.
Okay, next question is dream sponsor. Like what company do you feel like you could, like you love, like what they stand for, their message? Who do you think would be best for you and your personality? Cassie?
I'd probably have to say Powerade, just because I drink them like they're going out of business. I'm probably their business of buying Powerades. So, but I think I'd fit really good with them too, just their company. And since they're a sports drink, I think they'd fit well with me since I do a unique sport. I think they'd work well with me.
Christy?
I keep thinking Jimmy John's needs to sponsor me. And just stick a delivery thing on the top. I mean, that'd be fine, right? Just throw sandwiches outside to the spectator points.
We actually have a Jimmy John's obsession, so that's why it's so funny to me. Kind of a little overboard with the Jimmy John's. Savannah?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think every time I walk into a business, I look at Valentine, my husband, I'm like, they should sponsor us. Costco should sponsor us. Or they should sponsor us. I mean, if I plug, I think every business could benefit from motorsport sponsoring. But I think mostly I'd like to be involved with brands that support women especially, or anyone, just kind of personal empowerment and going after your dreams and just setting goals and succeeding. So, brands like, luckily enough to have Vanderkitten on board this season, but I see, Glasshammer Racing aligned with that. But any other brands that kind of share those goals, I'd love to work with.
And Cassie, I wanted actually you to talk about the peak contest that you're in, so that we could kind of explain more about it, and so we can get you some more votes, because I already did my 5 votes for today, and I can't do any more.
Yeah, you can vote every day. You just got to go to the Peak Stock Card Challenge stream. You can just Google it. Right now, it's still in the voting stage. So I think right now I'm 8th on the list, and you don't really know who's going to get in, but it's pretty much like a development driver program. They pick 10 contestants to go be, pretty much you learn from Michael Waltrip and a few other of the NASCAR drivers and learn from them, and then they pick a winner to drive one of their cars for a race. So that's pretty much what it's about. So you can go vote for me on their website, and hopefully I get picked.
I hope you get to learn from Clint Boyer, because he's hilarious.
Definitely.
Let me check real quick. One more thing. Is there any other, if you could pick any other form of motorsports other than the one that you're doing. You can't pick the one you're doing, obviously. So a different type of motorsports, what would you do? Christy?
Oh, gosh, now I'm on the spot. Actually, let's see. The Grand Am series would be really cool to do. It would be fun to get out there and on the track. Right now, I'd like to get into doing some of the time attack. But if I could, and this is just something completely off the wall because I have I haven't done it and I don't know anything about it and I just want to try it. I'd like to try drifting sometime. just once. If I had to do something crazy and different, yeah, just give it a shot.
I honestly think drifting helps drivers, but some people say it doesn't because you have to completely unlearn everything that you know about grip driving. But I completely disagree. I think it helps with car control, like feeling how the car reacts to certain things. But that's just me. I'm kind of a little biased about that. Savannah?
Well, I recently had a shot to try drifting for the first time, and it was honestly quite embarrassing. So I think that is something I could stand to learn a little bit on, and I definitely been saving all my old takeoff tires, and I'm like, these are going to be my drift practice tires, and I'm going to learn. And I've also recently gotten a weird want to get my motorcycle license, and I've never even been on the back of a motorcycle. But I think that someday could be really fun to do something different and take two wheels off.
I've never had the want to be on a motorcycle either, so you're not.
I never did until like the last couple months. I've been like, oh, it could be fun. And I used to think the guys that raced the Ducatis at Pikes Peak were just insane.
I would do dirt bikes, I think, before I would do road bikes, but I'm weird.
I'll try anything.
Yeah,
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
I think I would do those off-road trucks. The ones that like fly in the air and
Oh, the trophy trucks?
yeah, those. I think those are pretty fun. I've watched them a few times. And I think those would be fun. It's totally something different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're turning right and left and flying through the air. I think it'd be kind of fun.
I just posted a video on FRN today of two girls that drove a trophy truck. So you'll have to go watch that.
I will
really cool.
definitely have to go do that.
Chrissy, were you saying something and I cut you off? I didn't mean to.
Oh, the trophy trucks are awesome. Yeah, that would just be incredible.
That's like rally on a whole nother level.
More airtime.
Yes.
Well, it's been interesting the amount of desert racing being down here in Phoenix that we see now. We're always on the highway and we see the trophy trucks on trailers, and it's been intriguing because in Colorado there wasn't a whole lot of that. So it's definitely piqued my interest a little bit being down here in the desert now.
I was actually talking to the girl who was in one of the video that I posted, and I've never been able to experience any type of desert racing. I mean, Tennessee's not really a plethora of desert. So that's one of the things that I would love to, if I ever have a chance to, that's what I want to see any type of like desert racing that I can go see, whether it's trophy trucks or, just regular like off-road type stuff or like Baja type truck things. I'm learning more and more about desert racing because I feel like I'm really that's the one type of racing I think that I don't know very much about is the desert racing, because there's so many different kinds and like there's different sanctioning bodies and just so many different things. Okay, next question. We'll start with Cassie. Taking you out of the driver's seat, which track would you want to go spectate? Besides Phoenix. You can't say your home track or you can't say that. You have to say a different one.
Well, Phoenix I've already raced on, so that's fine. But I'll have to say another one that I've raced on, which is Blythe out in California. It's a small little quarter-mile track that it kind of looks like a box in a way. It kind of seems like it has 4 straightaways, and it's a lot of beating and banging on that track. And looking back, I wish I would go there now and watch some more racing, just because it's so exciting to watch racing there.
It's like a little mini Bristol.
Pretty much, yeah.
Christy?
Oh gosh, just one track to go to right now.
Yeah, to go watch a race. Where if you could go anywhere in the world to watch a race right now, where would you go?
All right. I just want to go down and see the Circuit of the Americas down in Austin. Just I really want to go, but I want to have the view from above at the observation tower.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah,
all the elevation changes.
If one car's there, it would be better than, I think, Continental Tires cars. Like, if I went there, I would want to see F1 cars. Savannah?
I'd love to go watch WRC run out in Monte Carlo. I think that would be a really cool race to be part of and to watch.
Agreed. I like the course itself. I think it's really pretty. It's gorgeous. Okay. I have a question. This just popped up. Sorry, my computer's going wonky. Okay. Do you all have any charities that you work with? Or do you have a charity that you would like to start working with? Savannah?
In the past, I've done a lot of work with the Lift Up America organization. They do empowerment programs for disadvantaged youth, and it's definitely a relationship I want to continue. I think they're a great organization, and they're doing great things across the country, for sure.
Awesome. Christy?
Yep. I've had people ask me in the past why I have a misspelled rain on my car, and they thought it was always just because I was associated with weather, but it's actually the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. And I've had them on my car since I started racing. So they're a group that I believe in. They help women who have basically been abused be their first line of help. And it's really important for people who have nowhere to go to have that national network to be able to call in anonymously and get the help they need when they need it. Because oftentimes people who are in that situation, they can't turn to their family, they can't turn to their friends. They just need a stranger to talk to that will listen to them and will help them through at that time, get the help they need. And so that's the group I support at the moment.
Awesome. Cassie?
Well, I work with a lot, whether it's my texting and driving or no drinking and driving, but I also work with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, because not a lot of people know what it is, so we try to get the word out there. Even me, I'm still trying to learn as much as I can about it, but that's what I mainly work with right now.
Okay, great. Let's see, there's one last question, and then we will be done. If you could give any advice to girls who are wanting to get into the type of racing that you do, what advice would you give them, and where would you tell them to start? Cassie?
Well, I would teach or learn and tell them, because what I've learned, people always told me no, that I would never get to where I'm at now racing in the K&N series. So I would tell them, just keep on doing what you're doing, and if you want to make it up to the NASCAR level, just keep on doing it. Don't really listen if someone tells you no, just keep on pushing past it. And if they want to start out, I would recommend go-karts, bandoleros, or legends, because that's where I started out, and that teaches you a lot with racing and control in a car.
Okay, great. Christy?
Yeah, definitely. I wish my parents had thrown me in go-karts when I was 6, but I started out ATVs fooling around the farm, and basically just if you're interested in getting into rally and you're interested in that particular type of motorsport, just, drive everything you can. It doesn't matter what series you're in. Just drive as much as you can. Yeah, I know, Savannah, you also get your start with SCCA Autocross, and you did the karting too. And yeah, that's the route I'd recommend. Do that. Do the Rallycross, and yeah, just drive.
Awesome, Savannah.
My two pieces of advice would be surround yourself with people who support what you're doing and people who believe in you. I think that goes for anything in life. And then if you want to get involved in racing, just go to the track, introduce yourself to people, ask lots of questions, and just do it. Don't take no, like, you guys have said, and just find a way and make a plan and surround yourself with people that, as mentors or as encouragers or people that, can loan you safety wire at the track, or anyone that can help you do what you're trying to do.
Do you guys think that it's becoming easier for girls to be in racing versus like when you guys first started? I know Savannah and Cassie are pretty young. Not to say that but to when you guys started racing, I mean, even 10 years ago, how do you think that it's changed now versus even just 10 years ago? Savannah?
I think it's changed a lot for the better. I think there are networks now for women drivers to connect to women drivers, like Female Racing Network and Female Racing News. Sorry, but there's online places and female drivers are talking to female drivers and supporting, and I think it's almost becoming less of a big deal that you're a woman in motorsports and you're just a driver like everyone else. And so I think it's become easier, and I think it's something that people talk about, and it's become a lot more fun.
Yeah, I agree completely. Christy, what do you think?
I think it's much easier for women now in motorsports, particularly from a marketing angle. I think that it's become a lot easier for us because we have been unique, and we're finally getting to that point where it's. I think it's good for us now, but it may actually become harder for women as we just kind of cross over into that gender neutrality, where there's going to be enough of us, and this is the great thing, is there's going to be enough of us actually racing, where it's going to be everyone is competing against everyone else, and it's completely gender neutral. So yes, it's much easier right now than it was, I think, 10 years ago, because companies have recognized the benefits of actually encouraging basically the underdog or someone who's coming in that's unique, that's different from everybody else, and they see that. And so yeah, it's an absolute great opportunity for women right now.
I completely agree. Cassie, what do you think?
I agree too. It's getting a lot easier, but racing in the K&N series, I mean, me starting out a year and a half ago in K&N, I definitely had to prove myself to the guys. They've been banging on me a lot and didn't really respect me as a driver just because I was a female. But now they started to know me and get to know me, and now I'm just one of the drivers. So I think driver to driver wise, it's kind of hit and miss depending on what series you're in. But I think it's for the younger drivers, even younger than me, who are starting out, it's going to be a lot easier on them when they get into the higher up series.
I think it has a lot to do with the type of racing you're in. I mean, I know there's girls who are in the upper levels of NASCAR now. There's girls who are in the upper levels of NHRA, but there's certain series where there's more women in than others. So I agree with that. I think it's getting to the point to where we want it to be, but it's not quite there yet. We're right at the edge, and it's I think in the next couple of years there's going to be even more leaps and bounds grew in across the board in motorsports, regardless of what series it is or what type of racing it is. Okay, I think that's all the questions we have. Let me just double check again. Okay, I guess you all can go ahead and give out your shout outs and your if you want to thank your sponsors or whatever you want to do. Cassie, if you want to go first.
Alrighty, well, first off, I want to thank my mom and dad and my sister because they're my main supporters and have always been there, supportive for me, and as well as my entire family. They've been there for me since day one. I want to thank my marketing people, Phoenix Marketing. They just signed on with me this year, and they've been working so hard to find me sponsors and do all that fun stuff. ManCaveSite.org, which has been with me for about 3 years now. So they've been really good for me.
Awesome. Great. Christy?
First, I got to thank the entire SCCA community for just being there and helping us as we made the transition from doing the autocross, rallycross into the pro circuit. It's that community as a whole that came together and basically comes in and they crew for me, and it's just a whole group of volunteers that are just ready to help me. And then besides that, it's definitely got to be the folks who have helped get the car into a place where I can compete with everybody else. So Garrett Turbochargers is a huge help for us. Kinetic Motor Works right now. It's so nice having a shop instead of having to work on the car in a garage in 100-degree weather and at an apartment complex. That's really nice. And there's so many people to thank. I can't even cross them all right now. It's insane.
I know who they are. Savannah?
And definitely my family, my husband, my parents, and my brother have always been incredibly supportive. Like Christy said, the SCCA community that cheered me on when I was 12, and the NASA community that took me on when I was 14, and then the Pikes Peak community that kind of became a family at 16. So they all have continued to be supportive. And then, of course, our sponsors for this year, Vanderkitten, which is clothing for women who kick ass. They have a pretty cool brand and support a lot of women. They have a pro cycling team that they sponsor, and they do a lot of fun stuff. And of course, Hankook Tire, which are the best tires in the world. And we're really excited to race on them this weekend. White Line Suspension and Kicker Audio have been incredibly supportive of us this season as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming on. I really appreciate you all coming on and talking with us, and we will have another Behind the Helmet in 2 weeks on the 17th.
And thanks for everything that you do for women in motorsports. We appreciate
Oh, no problem.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.